Resident Evil 7 is a triumphant return to form for Resident Evil. It manages to hold onto the core identity of the franchise while introducing new and interesting elements and scaring the living shit out of you. Let's see why you should delve into the horrifying Baker Mansion.
Welcome to the family, son.
The first thing you'll notice about Resident Evil 7 is its change to the first-person perspective. It seems to be taking cues from more modern horror games like Amnesia and Outlast. It may look like this is just caving into current trends, but it accentuates the horror of the game, and the other elements have been crafted to take advantage of that. You see, RE7's fear and tension comes from not knowing what is around the corner or behind you. That ever-present threat ties a knot in your stomach, leaving you on edge waiting for the next scare. A third-person perspective could give this information away and rob the game of tension, while the first-person perspective hides some of your surroundings from you and lends the entire game a more claustrophobic and isolated tone. The fantastic environmental and sound design reinforce this tension. The house is maze-like and confusing, it creaks and moans. The whole experience succeeds at creating a persistent sense of unease in the player. The narrative, like the perspective, narrows its focus with a more insulated story. Unlike recent RE games, Resident Evil 7 takes place in and around a single location, a clear homage to the Spencer Mansion of Resident Evil 1. Despite this relation, the isolated nature of its story allows Resident Evil 7 to separate itself from its history. There is nothing in the narrative that relies on your knowledge of previous games. However, for returning fans, there are references and allusions, and near the end it ties itself into the Resident Evil lore in a satisfying way. Resident Evil 7 has a core human story about struggle and the people we love. At its core, its mystery reveals itself in a satisfying way, but is never afraid to embrace the fact that it's all a little bit ridiculous. I mean, this rundown house in the middle of a swamp has doors that can only be opened with shadow puzzles. A lot of the structure of Resident Evil 7 also finds its roots in games like RE1. You'll find yourself exploring areas for strange keys, solving bizarre environmental puzzles, and taking on bombastic boss fights. Even when you're empowered to fight back against the monsters, your resources are in short supply. Every bullet and healing item feels precious. This allows the game to give you agencies but still hold on to that sense of tension. The game is Resident Evil through and through, and that extends to its sense of humour and its embracing of the ridiculous nature of horror. You see, Resident Evil 7 isn't just scary, it is a game with a lot of personality. The setting elicits a backwater chainsaw massacre feel. Even the primary antagonists, the Baker family, have a creepy charm. You've got the overbearing mother that is determined to feed you indescribable piles of gloop. Then there's the cruel son with a bash of ingenuity who wants you to solve puzzles to survive, like some Saw type situation. Finally, the beefed up, undefeatable scary papa who slowly stalks you to jump out from a corner and start beating on you. A great reference to Pyramid Head. All these characters are intriguing and help to create a world with some colour. Resident Evil 7 is a throwback in a lot of ways, but it also manages to pull influence from more modern games and even do some innovation of its own. The first-person perspective, fantastic world building, and sound design create a game that exudes horror, all while managing to remember its funny side, with a bunch of personality. It is a package that transcends its genre, and if you fancy a little fear in your life, give Resident Evil 7 a go.